Danny's father was a drinker. He couldn't quit to save his life. That of his son, or his daughter, or of his beautiful wife. He left one night after he murdered his best friend with a knife. He snuck away into the dark and didn't stop to say goodbye. He rode 12 miles to the border where the caliber of a man is measured by the caliber of a pistol in his hand. He lasted a week before the others saw he was a man from whom to take. And on a Saturday night, he was shot after a card game. And in a drunken, bloody stupor, he climbed on his horse and headed north. He rode crying through the night, trying to get back home. And at dawn he was not dead, but he was dying of thirst. And his horse found a well in the middle of the desert. He slumped off to take a drink, slipped and cracked his head on the edge. And Danny's father fell and sank into the darkness. And at that very hour, Danny woke to the screams of his sister and his mother and a band of Apaches. Danny's mother grabbed the shotgun and opened the front door and found a hatchet in her chest before she could do anything more. And his sister was pulled from the house and then went silent. Danny knew there was nothing left to do but make a run for it. He rode hard without stopping, 3 days and nights away from hell. He passed out on his horse, and it led him to a well. And he woke baking in the sun, and could not believe his eyes. He drew up bucket after bucket, and drank water through the night. Drew up bucket after bucket and drank water through the night. His belly full, the sun now hot, he began to feel the rot work its way through his veins and into the depths of his brain. And his horse began to stammer and kick with a craze. Danny knew then that the water in the well was unsafe. Yeah, Danny knew then that the water in the well was unsafe. As he lay dying with his horse, Danny came to understand it was the death of his father where his own death began. And no man can escape the sins his father makes. He is bound in blood to what he does and all that he takes. And no man can escape the sins his father makes. He is bound in blood to what he does and all